Well, hey, everybody, it's Monday night. Monday night is Check In Monday. Grateful to have you with me on tonight. And I'm excited about today. I'm excited about uh, just life itself, I guess. In spite of what's going on, you got to be excited and know that all things work together for good. All things will work out, and it's going to turn out in your favor, whether you believe it or not. It's going to turn out in your favor. And so I want to say thank you so much for joining me on this Monday night. Sorry for the late notice tonight, but I was doing some stuff today. Had to go to church and wait on them to come do some stuff, and so I didn't know if I was going to actually come on. But we had prayer earlier. Every first and third Monday nights at 7 o'clock, we have prayer. And so we had prayer on tonight, and when we had the prayer, it just sort of dropped in my spirit. Something dropped in the spirit. So I wanted to just come on and share it briefly with those of you that are here live, and then those of you that will watch on demand, and those that may be coming in because the notice was a little later. Usually send it out at least an hour to 30 minutes before. But however, we're grateful to have you with us tonight. Now, listen, if you're with us tonight, do this for me. That's right. Like, share, make comments tonight, and do that. Even if you on watching on demand, you can also do it. Let me jump right into this so I won't be long and I won't hold you tonight. Just very brief. I wanted to share this with you. You know, this two things popped in my mind. I usually don't do a lot of scriptures on Monday night. I save it for Bible study, but I do want to just read this very brief in your hearing in the book of Psalm of Solomon, in the Psalm of Songs of Solomon. There in let's look at chapter number 2 and verse 15. As he was talking about something, he said these words. He says, "Take us the fox, the little foxes that spoil the vine, for our vines have tender grapes." The little foxes that spoil the vine. And then in Matthew's 14, it talks about Peter, and we'll read that in a minute, but it talks about Peter as he was walking on the water. And in prayer at 7 tonight, as we were praying, before I got into the prayer, I began to talk and began to share with the saints that were there with us on the prayer call. And the Lord began to deal with me about this. It dropped in my spirit just out of nowhere. And so it's been my experience when the Lord does that to me and things drop in my spirit, it is meant to share. And it may not be for the masses, but it's for somebody. And so I want to share it with you tonight. I remember years ago as an evangelist when I traveled with my uncle, we were in Detroit, Michigan. And all week, I knew I had to preach Friday night, but all week I was, praying, trying to get a word. And the Lord kept dropping something in my spirit. And what he said to me when he dropped it in my spirit, he said, God has preserved me for the promises. And man, I tried to get a message. I was trying to do something totally different. You know how it is, you first preaching something. So I preached that night. God has preserved me for the promises. And when we got to church Sunday evening about 5 o'clock, the church was in an uproar. I mean, people were dancing. And the choir director testified and said that he was on his way to church Sunday morning. And on his way to church, when he was going through the light, somebody ran the light and T-boned him, hit him at a tremendous rate of speed. And he came out with only a scratch. And he said, the only thing I heard and the only thing I could remember was what you preached Friday night. God has preserved me for the promises. And so when the Lord deals with me like that, I know through my experiences that it's something that he wants me to share and to deal with. So tonight I want to talk to you he put this in my spirit at 7 tonight in the prayer, in our prayer time at church. He talked about little distractions. And I want to talk to you about little distractions, things that don't seem to be big. They're small, but even though they're little, he says it's the little fox that spoiled the vine. It's the little things. It's not the big things. It's not the things that we think are big. It's not the things that we think are gigantic, but it is the little distractions that causes us to get off keel. It causes us to lose something because, it's little. And I'll tell you how this came about. We were, Thursday, I think I was talking to my daughter May, and we were talking about some things, and I was just saying, I said, May, some things we can't control, we can't do anything about. I said, and we just have to just let God do it. And we were just talking, I had that conversation, and early Friday morning, about 4 o'clock, they woke me up, and they said, do you have something about the car? And I said, no. And she had her keys, but somebody came in my driveway about 2:45 in the morning and stole her car. And she was getting up to go to work, and they stole her car, and she was trying to find it. And the rest of the day, they spotted the car, and then they lost the car, and then it came, and then they finally got it, and we went to look at it, and we went and got it out of the impound and picked it up and brought it back to the house. Well, that was Friday. And then Saturday evening, I went out to, matter of fact, we found a purse, somebody's purse in the car. So I know how it is when I lose stuff. So I got the address and took the lady's purse back to her with a license and stuff and gave it to her. Then I stopped by the church to prepare some things for Sunday morning. Well, when I stopped by the church, there's some kids playing in the parking lot, and I was okay. But then one of them, I don't know if they were playing and throwing rocks. They threw a rock and broke my back window. My on my SUV, the little small window, broke it. It shattered. And, and I talked with the parents or whatever. So I went back in and finished what I was doing, getting ready to prepare for Sunday morning. And then as I was driving, I could hear these little things falling. And when I looked, I saw it from the little bitty hole, it started coming out. And next thing I knew, almost all the window, a little piece of the window was coming out. Well, after noticing a little piece of the window coming out, I got home and got a plastic bag, trash bag, and taped over and put it there. And then stuff just starts falling. And I said to myself, something is about to happen that's great. Something is about to happen that's good. And what the enemy wanted to do was to get me off and to get May off, get us off with these little distractions. So my solution to it was take a plastic bag, cover it up, tape it up, and went right to church Sunday morning and had a glorious time. And then, so not being distracted over these things, didn't lose any sleep. And it's the little distractions that get you off. Because I believe what was intended for us to get so distracted about these cars that we would not go in with the full attitude and frame of mind to give worship like we should have. So it is the little distractions. I mean, those little bitty things, the things that it seems like it's, that just catch you off guard. You weren't looking for it. You weren't expecting it. No, we weren't expecting that on a Friday. We wasn't expecting it on Saturday evening. And when they broke the window, it was about 7, 8 o'clock. So I think that was to get my whole mind off of the service and concentrate on this window. And so I decided I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to lose and get this little thing distract me. And so what I want to share with you tonight, these little distractions, we got to watch these little distractions, because sometimes in the little distractions, you can panic over nothing. right? You can panic over nothing, or you can panic over things that you can't control, things that you have no control over, things that you can't do anything about at that time. And you are panicking. And when you panic, it throws you off from your focus of where you're trying to go, what you need to be doing, because now you're in a panic mode. And the worst thing you can do is go to panicking. I know we don't believe that, but when you panic and you start panicking over stuff, and these little distractions get you bent out of shape, a person in panic, and I'm gonna say this, a person in panic, a person that panics, can be dangerous. You can be dangerous to yourself. You can be dangerous to somebody else, because when you panic, you don't think right. When you panic, you don't operate right. You just get off, and little distractions can get you panicking over nothing. Sometimes, have you ever had something happen, and it was the way that it was maybe said to you, and then when you went to look at it, it was literally nothing, but you panicked because of the way it came towards you, or it came at you? Little distractions can get us to panic. Little distractions can throw us all the way off, okay? And then we have to realize, and I know we don't like to talk about this, but there's some things that we can't control. There's some things we have no control over, and we have to deal with them, but we don't want to lose focus. And that was designed for me to lose focus, that little bit of distraction. I mean, the hole was so small that, I mean, I'm like, how did it shatter the whole window? I mean, it was just crazy. But it was meant to get me off focus, because I was preparing for Sunday. So it was meant to get me off focus and to concentrate on the window more than concentrating on my assignment and what I was supposed to do Sunday morning. And sometimes, again, there's some things you don't have no control over. You can't do anything. And what I want to encourage you to understand is the little distraction, and I want you to hear me clearly. One little thing can throw everything off. Don't have to be anything big. It can be one little thing can throw everything completely off. And that's why you have to pay attention, and you have to know when some things come, you observe it, but you don't let it throw you off, because it don't take but one thing to throw everything off. And when I mean everything, I'm talking about one thing that can throw your whole day off and can throw your whole thing off. That still in the car was intended to throw our whole day off. When little things like that happen, you can't eat, you can't sleep, you can't function. Worry hits you, things come at you, and you've got to understand some things are meant to distract you. Okay, when you read in Matthew 14, and I'm almost through, y'all. When you read in Matthew 14, it was at verse 28 through 31 that when Peter saw the Lord walking, he said, "Lord, if it's you, bid me come." And Jesus said, "Come." And Peter, according to the scripture, stepped out the boat and started walking on the water to go to Jesus. But it is verse 31 that says, "But when he saw the winds boisterous, he was afraid and beginning to sink. He cried, saying, 'Lord, save me.'" As long as he was not paying attention to the little distractions of the wind, he was fine. When he started paying attention to the wind, that's when he began to sink. You've got to understand that our attention span in this day must be where we don't get distracted by little things. And I mean little things with family situations, little things with job, little things sometimes that people are doing or saying. You can't allow yourself to get distracted by those things. Some things you've got to allow yourself to understand these are little distractions, and they are meant to throw me off. They are meant to mess up my day. Sometimes you get up, little things come, mess up your day, mess up your whole flow, mess up everything. You can't allow that to happen. Many times, Lady Martin says to me, she said, "You don't seem to let that bother you. You don't seem to be bothered about that." I said, "Well, there's nothing I can do about that right now. So I can't throw my whole day off worrying about that. So what I have to do is understand what this is. And that's where we have to be able to discern. You got to understand in the place that you are, the things that you're moving toward, the things that God is doing, the things that's coming your way, you got to say to yourself, I need to discern and see what this is. Is this a distraction? And the reason I say little distractions is because we know the big distractions, things that are big, but very seldom do we pay attention to little things. All right? Very seldom do we pay attention to little things. We pay attention to big stuff. We pay attention to money matters and other stuff. But the little bitty things, just so small, we don't pay attention to them, but they get us off and throw us off. And we're trying to figure what happened. So what should I do, Pastor Martin? We're talking about don't check in Monday. What should you do? Well, the first thing I need you to do is stay focused. Don't switch your focus all the way over to the little distraction, especially if you can't do anything about it at that point. Don't switch your whole focus over, because sometimes you switch your whole focus over and you end up where you didn't want to be because you switched over so quick. Don't do that. Stay focused. Sometimes that's why they don't want you texting and driving, drinking and driving, because sometimes it don't take but one thing to do and you're in a wreck because you didn't stay focused. You got to stay focused. And I mean focused to the point I know where I'm going. I know where I'm supposed to be. I know what's getting ready to happen for me. And all of these little distractions didn't start coming until these things lined up. Some of you, things are lining up for you. Things are coming together for you. And what the enemy and what people want you to do is get distracted. We start looking at others, what they got, and what we don't have. Those are distractions. We start worrying about who got a position, who's got a title, who's got this, even on our jobs. Who got a raise? I didn't get no raise. Little distractions. But you got to stay focused. And the reason you got to stay focused is because some greater may be coming to you, greater than what you were even looking for, greater than what you thought. In your mind, you had one thing, and he said, no, I got something greater than that, but I need you to stay focused, because if you get distracted over these little things, then you will start paying attention to the little things, the little distractions. You'll put more of your focus and attention on those things than you do on the things you need to really focus on. And that's true. All of us have done that. I've done it. Where I just put too much attention on stuff I shouldn't have put it on. And sometimes things happen to bring you back. So stay focused. I need you to stay focused. Don't let these little distractions get you. My wife asked me today about a situation, and she said, how do you really feel about that? I said, I don't have no feelings about it at all. She said, you don't? I said, no, I'm good. I said, I can't allow that to distract me, because if I do that, a couple things are going to happen. I'm trying to get out of here, y'all. A couple things are going to happen. If I allow myself to be distracted with these little distractions and these little things and start paying attention to them, first thing, I'm going to get off track and may not be able to get back on. The next thing is going to happen is somebody's going to miss their blessing that I'm assigned to be a blessing to. Somebody's going to miss their blessing simply because I'm distracted now. It's like going to the store. If somebody is checking you out or whatever, if they distracted, they're going to miss something. And you got to stay focused mentally, emotionally. These little distractions, because they throw you off mentally. They throw you, and somebody says, well, how do you know they throw me off mentally? Because that's all you talk about now. They brought you from one conversation to another conversation, and now that's all you talking about. Then these little distractions get you emotionally. The way you respond to things now is different. You're not as upbeat as you used to be. You're down and depressed and sad. No. These little distractions are meant to get you that way. All right? Let me get out of here. Stay focused. Then I need you to stay in the press. Don't allow yourself to get so bogged down with little distractions. It's the little fox that spoils the vine. He's not going to get all the way, but he's going to get to the vine, the root. He's going to get to the base of it. You got to stay in the press. You got to keep pressing. You got to press. You got to say, you know what? It's little, but I got to stay in the press. I got to keep going. I know it don't feel good. I know sometimes people do stuff and look like they do it on purpose, hurt your feelings, do all kind of stuff. Stay in the press. Keep pressing. I want to tell you, whatever you do, keep pressing. I'm going to leave you with this story, and I'm going to be done. Years ago, many years ago, they were digging for gold in a gold mine. And the person that had bought the mine so they could go in, they had been toiling and going in trying to find gold, and they couldn't find it. And so they got discouraged. They went to the deepest parts of the cave and looking for gold, couldn't find it. And so when they got so discouraged by the little distractions of not finding what they were looking for, what they did was they sold the mine, sold it to somebody else, picked up all their stuff, and left because they said, ain't no gold in there. But the person that bought the gold mine went inside the mine, 1 foot, went in there a yard in to the gold mine and discovered gold. The person that originally had the mine became so distracted by what they didn't get, what they couldn't find, and what they were anticipating, that they just decided, I ain't looking no more. I'm going to sell it, get my money out, I'm out. Well, person that bought it came in and went in 1 yard and discovered gold. What are you saying to us? I'm saying to you on this check-in Monday, no time to give up, no time to stop pressing. Some of you're about to discover gold in the gold mine. I know it looked like, but you don't understand how long it's been. Hang in there. I promise you, you're going to discover gold. You're going to discover something great that's getting ready to happen in your life. And you can't give up. Some of you are too close. You're at your Kadesh Barnea. You're too close. Some of you are right there. I mean, you right on the edge. You so close that if you probably stepped one more time, you'll be there. You're that close. And these little distractions trying to get you to give up and say, I quit. Forget it, I'm done. And sometimes you need some people around you, not some of these people that agree with everything you say. I know some of you, I made a post the other day, and I'm going to say it to you again. A person is not a real friend until they can say something to you, until they can correct you, until they can can get up in your face. See, some people, you don't have no friends. You got people that just, when you get discouraged, they right there with you. I know how you feel. When you feeling bad, yeah, they looked over you. They should have did this. You got folk that in your like that, and they pushing you, and whether you believe it or not, they are a distraction. They pushing you. Yeah, I know how you feel. They overlooked this, and you should have did this, and you should have did that. And then you start focusing on, you're right. But real friends will get up in your face and correct you. They don't care if you don't call them for 3 days or a week. They don't care. But they will tell you, don't do that. That's wrong. Don't do that. You're going to miss it. You may get mad at them, but that's what real friends do. I ain't talking about people that are just out for what they can get. I'm talking about real friends. Don't distract you. They help to bring you back in the proper place. They help you do that and help you come back together when they are real friends. Now, I ain't talking about these folk. I got to get out of here. I ain't talking about these folk that sometimes we hang around and they pushing us in the wrong direction. I'm talking about some folk that will get up in your face. And I'm glad I'm 63, but I'm glad I've had some people in my life that were real friends that got up in my face. I said, Martin, don't do that. That's the wrong thing to do. You don't want to do that. And I didn't like it. I was upset with them. But I'm glad they got up in my face. And when I say get up in the face, not in a confrontational manner, but they didn't back down because of who I was. They didn't care that I was Pastor Martin. They didn't care I was Evangelist Martin. They didn't care who I was. They understood our friendships goes past your title. And I need to help you through this, because if I don't, you're going to mess some stuff up. And that's why you need some people. Everyone's not jealous of you that tries to correct you and help you. There may be some, but some people are there. God has placed them there to help you stay focused and stop being distracted. Some of you, I got to get out of here. Lord help me. I got to stop. Some of you, I'm looking at your names on here. Some of you, God has invested too much in you for you to be distracted by this stuff. He's invested too much in you. Some of you, he's put so much in you, and he's anointed you. And you too anointed to be getting distracted like that. This is the wrong season to get distracted. Wrong one. Keep pressing. Keep going. 1 yard in, they discovered you gold in the mine. You're going to get there if you just hang on in there. All right? All right, I'm out. I'm out, y'all. I wouldn't come it on tonight. I was going to just try to rest, but let me tell you something. I couldn't, that thing dropped in my spirit. I couldn't let it go. We can't do it. I refuse to be distracted. And because I refuse to be distracted, guess what happened? Not only did we get May's car back, but the father of the son says, I got you. Whatever, you ain't got no problem out of me. He called me at least 4 or 5 times a day. Said, I've ordered the glass. It's on the way. I've got an installer. When he gets here, he's going to come. You don't even have to come to him. He's going to come to you. They're going to put it in. What if I'd have been around here panicking? What would have happened Sunday if my whole concentration would have been on the window instead of the word? Can you imagine what mess that would have been? Sometimes we so focused, we don't even preach the gospel, or we start talking about other stuff that's not even relevant to the people that's in the congregation. And they looking at us like, what if I got to talk about, yeah, they broke in, I mean, they stole the car, and then they broke my window and then try to spiritualize it. Ain't nothing but the devil, and people will do you like that. Things will happen, and they'll break in your car. They'll steal stuff. Now, mind you, it's good, but those that are there that need healing, deliverance, and breakthrough, that ain't doing nothing for them. Now, I'm not preaching now. I'm venting my issues over the congregation. So that's why even as ministers, we got to stay focused. Sometimes you can get upset with one person, and the whole congregation got to hear the whole service, and you talking to one person that may not even be at church, and now everybody else got to suffer because you got an issue. Okay, I ain't gonna get into that because that'll make somebody upset. I'm sorry. But I'm telling the truth, and I know I am. All right. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I pray and trust that this has blessed you. I see quite a few of you on here. Let's see. I'm trying to let's see. Okay. All right. All right. I see Sister Austin, Sister Moore, our church mother, Sister Cunningham. I see Brother Simpson. I see Rogers, Hall. Okay, let's see. Rogers again. Little, I see you. Campbell. I saw somebody else on here. See Sister Johnson. I saw somebody else on. I thought I saw a. Let me make sure. Let me go back through these a little bit and look. Carpenter. Yeah, I see you. All right, I see you. Yeah. God bless all of you. Thank you so much for joining. Please like and share. Share it with somebody tonight. Somebody probably need to hear this. I don't know who it is, but somebody needed to hear it. So that's why I'm here. He wouldn't let me not do it tonight. So stay focused. Don't let these little things distract you. Keep on going. Better days are ahead of you. Good things are getting ready to happen. It's getting ready to be something awesome to happen. And you don't want to get right there and miss it. Amen. Now, those of you, if you want to be a blessing, you see my cat. Hello. Cash App right here. Let's see. Can I do that? I always get. Okay, you see the Cash App right there. If you want to be a blessing, please do that tonight. And I'll thank you so much. Again, thank you for joining me for Check-In Monday. Tomorrow night at 7, if you want to meet me, I'm here on Tuesday nights. We'll be teaching tomorrow night, Bible study tomorrow night. It's going to be a blessed time. And I want you to follow me. If you have not signed up to follow me yet, please do so. You need to do that. Here's the information. Just text the letters DLM to 833-675-6263 and follow me. And whenever I'm going live, I will send a notification about the live that I'm doing, and you'll be able to follow me on the social media platform. All right? The Lord bless you, and the Lord keep you. And whatever you do, hang in there. Stay focused, because I promise you, you're going to find gold in the gold mine. May God bless you, and may all God's choice blessings